Gaffer, I was looking at some of the teams in the league this year. There's some huge teams, and it seems like there's bigger teams in the league year on year. How's the division changed since you started in management?
What, in this division?
Yeah.
Oh, blimey, that is a question that's caught me on the hop. Well, I would say you've got a few teams in this league that really could easily be Premier League teams. So I would say probably that's the biggest change, with the amount of teams that have either been in the Premier League or the size of their club means they could be a Premier League club. You know, if you look at a few of them now, just off the top of your head, you've got obviously your Sunderlands, your Portsmouths, Wigan have been in there, Ipswich have been in there. That's without missing out the other teams that have been higher up the pyramid, sort of early on. The Oxford Uniteds and all of that. So yeah, I think that it's interesting that's happened. I think that's come down to perhaps probably boom and bust ownership over the years, I would say. I mean, when I started out in management, the chairmen were more like your local guys that want to do well, like our chairman for the football club. Whereas I think certainly some of those bigger clubs, and I experienced it at Portsmouth, where there were 3 sets of ownerships, 2 administrations. So I would say the ownership is probably what's changed how the football pyramid works, really.
I'd say it's quite exciting for the fans, really, and we're going up against
Sheffield Wednesday, of course.
Yeah, one of the biggest clubs in the country, really. What have you seen from them this season? What can we expect from their kind of game?
Well, first of all, from Sheffield Wednesday, huge club, arguably the biggest in the division. Arguably, those in Sunderland will be nip and tuck. I think that the quality of player that they've got, I think, is very, very good. I like Darren Waller. I get on well with Darren, and I think what he's got is sometimes awkward decisions, because he's got an embarrassment of riches in certain positions, which sometimes can make it more difficult. Having said that, I'm sure that he wouldn't swap that.
What kind of football does Darren Waller play for the people that haven't seen his teams play?
Well, I think a little bit of indifferent with Sheffield Wednesday, because he hasn't been there long enough yet. Whereas with Doncaster, we saw certainly a passing style. I think that that's probably what he will want to make sure that he gets through to the players at Sheffield Wednesday. So I've seen that in the games that I've watched leading up to our game. I've seen them try to play that possession-based football. And I'm sure he'll, look to improve on the last couple of results that they've had.
We, of course, want to build on the point we gained in the last game, and we've had another free week in training. How's that been for the lads, and how have they trained?
Very well. We never have an issue with any of the boys in training. Sometimes the issues come when you have to make quick decisions on a Saturday. That can't always be helped, and sometimes those decisions can be the wrong decisions. We've just got to make sure that in any sort of phase of play, as we've spoken about, that we don't make too many bad decisions in the same phase of play. And that's happened on a few times this year. And as I've said to them, that'll result in a goal. You can get away with one mistake, maybe 2. You won't get away with 3 and 4, though, depending on where you lose the ball. Sometimes our goals have come from losing the ball in the opposition half. It's not actually a glaring mistake that happens, but it might be the glaring mistake that's happened further up the pitch.
And just injury-wise, everyone okay? Everyone good to go?
Yeah, apart from Raquel Pike. There's no point in hiding that one. Raquel Pike has had to isolate for 10 days after testing positive, so he'll be the only one missing from the squad this weekend.
Cheers, Gav.
Okay.